So how do you start a coaching business in 2024, 2025, and even in the years to come? That's exactly what you're going to learn in this video, because I'm going to break down the whole process into simple, actionable steps. That way, you have no excuses not to get started when you're done watching this video. Now for context, and since it's probably the first time you and I meet, my name is Fred, and I'm an entrepreneur from a lower middle class background. I went from having only $400 to my name over 5 years ago to making upwards of $1,000 a day at 21, selling services and consulting. The first step to building a successful coaching business is to craft a great offer. Just think about this. If you have nothing to sell or no one to sell it to, you won't make money. And that's why we need to start with your offer. It's literally the first step. So the most important thing you need to understand is that when you want to craft a killer offer, an offer that will resonate with your prospects, make them want to buy your solution, you have to actually be selfless. So what do I mean by that? You need to forget about what you're passionate about, what you like or what you dislike. In business, as harsh as it may sound, all that matters is what the customer wants. Now sure, as a business owner, you have your own desires and needs. You want to have a profitable consulting business because you want to make money, because you want to be able to be free to pick your own hours, to not have the pressure of a regular career. Maybe you want to travel the world, retire your parents, buy the nice shit you like, buy a sports car. Whatever it is that you want, you have to realize the customer couldn't give two fucks about it. All that matters is what the customer wants, because people are not going to pay you just because you want to make money, just because you want to be successful. And unfortunately, a lot of people make the mistake of starting a business solely around their passion. So they only take into consideration one variable, which is again, the fact that they're passionate about what they do, but they forget to give people exactly what they want. Now ideally, the best is that you give people what they want and you're also passionate about what you do. Luckily for me, nowadays, I'm in that kind of privileged position. I get to help ambitious individuals to build a profitable consulting business and I get paid a lot of money for it. So it's amazing. But I didn't start off like that. If you take a look at the first videos I posted back in September of 2022 on my YouTube channel, I essentially posted a few video sales letters that I would typically show some of my prospects before they booked a call with me. At the time, I was providing done-for-you lead generation services to entrepreneurs. So I was helping them to book more meetings. And eventually, I transitioned into consulting, so teaching other business owners how to do it themselves instead of me doing it for them, because I could have more free time, it could scale more easily. But not only that, because I discovered to be successful in business, you not only needed to book more meetings with your ideal customers, you needed to sell the right way, to sell the right thing to the right people, even to have the right mindset. So just because you booked more meetings didn't guarantee you would make more money. It's a very important part of the process for sure, but it's only one part of the process. You can't neglect all the other aspects as well. If you want to make a lot of money, you need to solve painful problems for people, and your offer should reflect that. To give you an example, some people have tried to pitch me Notion templates or Discord servers, and that's great, but I don't care, because what's the painful problem that it solves, you know? Typically, if you're helping a business owner, what they want is to make more money, to get more customers, to grow their business. If you're helping an individual to, let's say, overcome a drinking addiction, they want to get rid of that painful problem that they have. And the more painful the problem that you solve for people, the more money you can charge for it, because the transformation that you allow people to make is life-changing. So we can't put a price on that. But in my experience, the people who solely follow their passion, they fail. Now ideally, to pick a niche, you would solve the same problem that you've been able to solve in your own personal life. That's if you're going to do B2C, business to consumers. So for example, this would be helping somebody to get in shape, helping somebody to overcome an addiction, helping somebody to build a business if you've been able to do that successfully. Or if you're going to sell services to business owners, it doesn't have to be about something that you've done yourself in the past, because you're going to be providing a service and doing it for them. So your product or service should sell a clear solution to your niche's problems. You should be able to provide your customers with a proven step-by-step process to follow, as well as mentorship and accountability. That way, you help your customers to bridge the gap between where they are currently and where they want to be. Now, when creating an offer, you want to avoid over-promising and under-delivering. The goal is to do the opposite of that. Honest consultants will always tell you they can't 100% guarantee an outcome, because you can have a proven step-by-step process and mentorship accountability, but if you don't do the work, or if you put a weak effort, then you're not going to get results, at least not the ones you hope for. But it's not because the proven system doesn't work. So the customer has a huge responsibility. It's not all on you as a consultant. You can help people, but you can't do it for them. And even when you're selling done-for-you services, not everything is on you, because the business owner still needs to do certain things as well. For instance, when I was booking more meetings for entrepreneurs, I could book them more meetings, but if they don't know how to sell, they're not going to close more customers. And then they could blame me, let's say, hypothetical scenario, because their revenue doesn't increase, when in reality, they're booking enough meetings with qualified leads, but the reason they're not closing more customers is because their sales process is shit. Which is why, like I said, I transitioned from selling done-for-you services to consulting, because there are so many aspects that you need to do correctly in order to have have a profitable business, it's not just about the mindset, or it's not just about booking meetings or about having a great offer. Because for instance, you could have an amazing offer, but if nobody even knows that you have that offer, you're not gonna make any money. So every part of the process matters and cannot be neglected. And coming back to my own example, nowadays I help ambitious people to start a profitable online business and scale to $10,000 to $15,000 per month. But the thing is, I can't guarantee 100% of results, because even though I give my students a proven step-by-step process and they're mentored by me personally, I can't do the work for them. And even if I were to come, let's say I lived in your house for like a month, I built your business step by step, then I leave, what do you think is going to happen? You won't be able to sustain that business. It's going to fall apart very quickly because you don't know what it takes to actually make your business successful. Now, if you want to discover in detail how I went from struggling financially, only having $400 in my bank account, to making upwards of $1,000 a day at 21, selling services and consulting, I've recorded a free video in which I share with you everything I did step by step. That way, you can literally just copy me. Or if you're committed to building your business and becoming financially free, you can directly book a free call with me or my team and we'll see if we can help you. Now, ideally, the best niche you can serve is a niche you used to be a part of. So for example, if you used to be overweight in the past, it would be perfect for you to help people to get in shape, because you know what it feels like to be overweight, out of shape. You know all the pain points and all the desires of your ideal customers. So it would be far easier for you to get customers in that niche because you've been there. Or to give you another example, let's say you used to be socially anxious and now you're getting dates effortlessly. You could help other people to get dates and overcome their social anxiety. Or to give you yet another example, nowadays I help people to start a profitable online business because it's always been like the main topic in my life. I've always wanted to have a profitable online business. So I know the pain points and the desires of people who grew up in the lower middle class or low income. I know exactly what it's like. I've been there. So what better problem for me to solve than to help people to build a profitable business, which is exactly what I've done. Now, the step that comes after that, once you have your offer, is getting traffic. You could be the most talented salesman in the world, Jordan Belfort himself, the Wolf of Wall Street. But if you get no leads to pitch, it simply won't matter because you're not going to make money. You won't sign customers if you have no one to pitch. I remember a few years ago joining a training program which taught me how to start my own business, and the program was amazing. But when it came to how to get customers, oh my god, it was fucking shit. There's a lot of things the big gurus are not willing to tell you because I think maybe they don't even want you to compete with them. I don't know, to be honest, but I'm going to tell you this right now. You need to become obsessed with filling up your pipeline. So first, in the initial stages between $0 to $5,000 per month, you want to use solely organic marketing to get customers because you don't have the budget to go to paid ads and you don't even have proof of concept yet. Maybe your offer isn't good. Maybe people don't want what you have to offer. First, you need to get a customer before you even think about going to paid ads. Because if you were to go to paid ads and you don't even have proof of concept, you haven't gotten customers yet, you run the risk of wasting thousands of dollars on an offer that nobody actually cares about. And so when I say you need to focus on organic marketing to get customers, what I mean is directly reaching out to potential customers on social media or making content, free valuable content, targeting your ideal customers to attract them to you. It's the most powerful way to get customers, yet the big gurus are not telling you this. Then, once you make between 1 to 5k per month consistently with your business, it becomes an interesting idea to go to paid ads, because if you have a proven system, you can essentially book meetings in a predictable way. Because even when you post content online, it's not like you know for sure in advance how many views you're going to get or how many meetings it's going to book. So content is great for sure, outreach is great because it allows you to get customers for free because you don't spend money on ads to acquire customers, so it's free money, but it's not as predictable as advertising. The most successful people you'll find, they actually do both. They have an organic marketing strategy and a paid ads strategy as well. That way, they get the best of both worlds. Now, step number 4 is sales. I see so many people trying to replicate what the big gurus are doing, so they try to sell ebooks or school communities for like $30 per month or $100 per month, but they stay broke, miserable, and hopeless because they don't understand they're not at the level where this kind of stuff works. Let me explain. The reason why the big gurus are able to make millions of dollars is because they have a lot of visibility. It's like Kylie Jenner. She can make an Instagram post and be paid like $500,000 just because she'd be promoting some kind of detox tea or whatever. Tomorrow, she can decide to come up with a brand new product, let's say a skincare product, and she's guaranteed to get customers because she's famous. So you can't expect to follow the strategy that famous people are using if you're not famous. It makes no sense. When you're using a sales page and you have a button to buy your product or service, conversion rates are extremely low, typically 0.5%. So when you get a lot of visibility, it doesn't matter. You will get customers, and it's a great way to make sales on autopilot. But when you're just starting out, you don't have much visibility. So if very few people view your sales page and then 0.5% buy, you actually get no sales, which is why the most effective way to sell your coaching or consulting offer is through a sales meeting. Sales meetings typically convert convert about 20 to 25%. So if you get a small amount of visibility, would you rather have a 0.5 conversion rate or a 25% conversion rate? I think the answer is pretty obvious. Now, when you're selling something to someone, you always want to focus on how you can help the customer. Remember, the only thing that matters in business is what the customer needs and wants. What you want is irrelevant, at least to the customer. You need to make your prospect understand what they have to gain from your solution and also what they're going to miss out on if they choose to keep procrastinating and they don't work with you. Because if you're solving a painful problem for people, let's say helping them to overcome a drinking addiction, if they don't decide to work with you, most likely they're going to go back to doing exactly what they're doing, while you could have helped them and provided a proven step-by-step process to help them to overcome their addiction. And so you really need to make it clear how much worse their life is going to get if they don't do what it takes to fix this problem. You have to understand that people buy with their emotions, not with logic. The reason why people buy Rolexes over a cheap watch is because they want to feel more power. They want to show more social status. They want to feel like they're worth more, because technically speaking, no matter the price of the watch that you buy, it's still a watch. You know, it tells the time and that's pretty much it. The same thing is true for, let's say, buying a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce instead of buying a cheap Toyota. It's still a car. It goes from point A to point B, but you buy it because of the comfort, because of the prestige, because of the feeling it gives you. And if you take a look at any perfume ad, it's always about one guy or one girl, and as they wear the perfume, all of a sudden, they become irresistible to the opposite sex. So who wouldn't want to be irresistible? They're not selling you the ingredients list. They're not selling you vanilla extract, ginger, because nobody gives a fuck. And you couldn't sell that for a high ticket price. Most perfumes are pretty expensive, a few $100s. But if they were to sell you the ingredients list, vanilla extract, ginger, they could never price that more than like $10. And that's why what they sell is being desirable, loved, attractive. And when you try to sell people your product or your service and you focus on the deliverables, like let's say you say, oh, I'm going to give you 2 calls per week of my coaching, and it's like, okay, great. But when you tell that to people, instead of focusing on the painful problem that you can solve for them, it puts them on their logical side of the brain. And what they're going to do is to treat you as a commodity and start comparing your solution with other less expensive competitors. Instead, you want to sell an outcome, a transformation. Now, step number 5, speed is everything. The best way to get fast results in business is to literally acquire speed. And the way you do that is by typically investing in yourself, investing in coaching, investing in mentors who can guide you, who can show you exactly what to do. That way you remove all the guesswork. Some people will say it's hypocritical of me to say that, but I can look at you in the eyes and tell you for a fact, if I hadn't gotten help from certain people in my life at key turning points, I would not be where I am today. I would have never been able to make upwards of $1,000 a day. When you hear successful people say, I thank my team because without them, I could have never achieved what I've achieved. It's not just a bunch of worthless platitude to make themselves look good. It's actually true. In fact, there are 3 main mentors I can think about right now who seriously changed the trajectory of my life. If I hadn't met these people, and if I hadn't gotten their help, if I hadn't invested in myself, I would not be where I am today. I don't even know if I'd still be alive, to be honest. So look, you need to make a choice now. You're free to go and to keep watching YouTube videos on how to make more money, on how to build a business, but let's face it, doing that will not make you more money. Or if you're committed to starting your business so you can finally become financially free and get the life that you deserve for you and your loved ones, you can check out the free resources in the description below or directly book a free call with me or my team and we'll see if we can help you. That being said, if you found this video helpful, share it with a friend, and together, let's blow up this YouTube channel to empower ambitious individuals across the globe to become financially free.